All right, welcome to Libby's Picks. I'm going to do an example here where I've sort of done a selective winning percentage. You know, a lot of these, it's very easy to pick a system that ends up picking losers when you're picking sports bets. I mean, I gave you a couple in the previous video that I just released that said, here's your offense. Let me take offense, let me take winners, let me take defense. You know, it's just tough to just apply a universal formula like that. So I start to come up with sort of selective winners. So what I'm going to run here should be a selective winner. It's actual games won and lost and the delta between them. And in this case, I'm going to select. I'm not going to pick a huge range like less than 3 or less than whatever. Any team that's got +1, right? They're winning, right? So if your win delta, if your number of actual wins minus your number of losses. So if you get a +1 if you get a win, and you get a -1 if you get a loss. If you push, it's a no decision. So anytime it's -4 in that number. So if I were, I don't know, my games actually resulted in 5-1. If you're 5-1, got a 5-1 record, not ATS, regular, just a regular score record, then I'm going to bet that game, and then I'll eliminate the duplicate. So let me run that and just see. Should come out. You'll be betting, well, not quite a few games. Again, you got to be selective. You don't want to bet. The more you bet, the more you tend to lose. So this is evening out pretty quickly. And you'll see that I get $40,666 I would have made over 30 years. So I know that's not impressive. And the max out of pocket I had in any particular year was 22,000, a little over 22,000. So that's the bankroll I would need in that particular year in order to fully fund the bets. And I'm picking at a 54% rate. Basically, there was 623 picks and 337 winners. And so even with this, some years, 1985 you lost money, you lost 10 grand, but then 1986 you won 9,800. So it's not a great way. This is 24,000. So this year that you lost 12,000, that might have been your low as far as the out of pocket. You might have been a certain point and need to pick. So basically, this is what I call selective winning, and it's very finite. I'm just picking one little category, and you start to blend those together, and you'll start to come up with a very complex strategy, but a winning strategy. I don't know why, but that's just historically when they're 4 games apart. Now, if you go 5 games, if you go greater than 4, less than 4, you can play around with those. But I know between 4 and 5, when it goes to 5, and or if I do less than 4, you'll end up with not as much winning. And even 5, 5 might be a loser, 6, and I'm just talking about the delta. And so that seems to be a sweet spot where people really don't believe that they are and aren't winners. So that's an example of selective winning, and it's actually a winning system. Just not going to win a ton of money, but you put a bunch of those together, you can start to win.